Well, hi Cynthia.
Hi, how are
Thank you
you?
for coming in. I hear you're from Haliburton area.
Haliburton County, yes.
So can you talk to me about the issues in your area?
I certainly can. Number one, are you going to be in Trudeau's hip pocket like Ford?
Absolutely not.
Because
That's why I'm here, because I am sick of the way
well,
it's been acted.
Haliburton has asked me to ask you these.
Okay.
Ford has left Haliburton County and small areas out of the equation. We don't have the facilities for transit and such. It's not
We've driven around the area. It doesn't make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's not geographically fit for transit because we are so cut up that there's no room for transit.
Right.
They do have cabs up there that do facilitate for ODS and all them folks. But here's my concerns that I was asked to address. Number one, Ford. Are you going to be like him? And what do you have to offer that's different than him?
Well, I hope in every way I'm going to not be like Ford. My job is to be a public servant for the people. To give the power back to the people in every way, not representing big government and big business.
Thank you.
I'm not here to make the $50 million Ford made.
Right.
I'm here to put money back in the people's pocket and power back to the people.
Okay.
Small government, cut the red tape, and bring some truth, honesty, and decency back to the government.
That's what we need.
So many times we've been lied to. We have been lied to, and the lies need to end.
Right. So as far as Haliburton is concerned, or most of us, if you vote NDP, you might as well vote Liberal. It's a done deal.
The uniparty, we call it. They're all the same.
Exactly. But
the
now,
PCs, the Liberals, the NDP, and even the Greens
right.
are all the same. They're all whipped parties.
And the
which
PC
means
is
your
now with them.
Candidate has no say whatsoever. Your local candidate in any of those parties has no say.
Right.
And we're not a whipped party,
Nice.
which means we don't have to vote the party line. Our job is to vote our conscience and what is in the best interest of the people of the riding. And we will stay in contact with the people and keep them informed so that with informed decisions together, we can find solutions for the people of your area, of Haliburton, of Fourth Lakes, Brock.
Nice. Now, Ford has promised many times to help small regions, such as Haliburton, Algonquin Highlands, Maple Lake, Eagle Lake, and has not delivered through.
Christmas wish list?
Christmas,
buying your vote?
Pretty much. I hear that you have a lot to offer, and I'm glad that we do have a hope for change for the voters, because 60% of whom I've been talking to, we're not going to go out and vote, because there's no option.
This time,
We now have some hope.
This time is the most important election of our lifetime. If you see what's happening in the world with digital ID, programmable digital currency, with the World Health Organization being given
WEF.
powers of total control over us, we need to take our government back. We have the world's best country, and we need to take our government back. The people need to get involved. If you don't vote, we are going down a really dark path. People need to get informed, and people must vote for change. And that is for somebody in their riding to stand up for them, no matter what, that won't be corrupt, that won't be blackmailed, that won't be bribed, and that won't be whipped to vote for somebody else's grand scheme. We're here for the people. It's the only reason I'm standing up, because we need a change.
We absolutely do need a change. The lady for ODSP, we have a lot of respect for that facility, because we do have some handicapped people around the area, not just Lindsay, we have them in Haliburton and everywhere. What do you propose to help those people with?
Well, the first thing I was going to ask, a lot of people on ODSP are not flat out in bed, are not so handicapped that they can't do anything. What solutions would you come up with that they could become more productive members of society, that they could come up with their own programs to get themselves off ODS?
Well, some of them can, because my nephew, Sean McPhail, I was handed POA after his mom and dad died. He is mentally challenged. He can physically walk, he can physically eat, but he can't talk very well. He does no social skills. Right now he's in a nursing home, and I'm about to pull him out of there to home care him. Now, what do you have for people like him?
Can he garden?
No.
No?
He is very limited. Like I said, he's mentally challenged. So he's lost a lot of his thinking, his social, his well-being. So I'm going to facilitate
Could some
for
of that
him.
be because of the facility that he's been in, because he's been made to be helpless?
No, he was put in there because my husband passed away, which is Everett's brother. And at that time I had 5 people pass away. I was unable to look after him and deal with all the deaths and everything. So I was the one that put him in the home 2 years ago. I am bringing him back out because he is failing in there. You are correct, partly. But I would like to know what kind of groups you're going to open up to for those people.
Well, next thing I'm going to ask, are there other people on ODSP that could help care for those people?
So there's
they
a
could be
reason they're on
productive.
ODSP. Some of them are mentally challenged. Some of them are born defectively. Some of them are shaken baby syndrome. Some of them are
But I've seen a number of people walk in here with college degrees.
on ODSP.
Yeah.
Then they're mild. But I'm talking about Sean specifically. He's 55. He's an adult.
So I'm saying though, would there be some of these people with mild issues that could come up with programs to help the people with the more severe issues? And you could form a community that helps each other.
That's true. That is true.
And productively works, because it's very expensive to keep them in these homes. It's very expensive with the government. So instead of having them in the homes, if that money, some of that money could be challenged into a program or system where the people find their own solutions together as a group, as a community, and come up with intelligent solutions from yourself.
Well, I could call
Use your
ODSP then
ingenuity.
and talk to them as well in
Well,
the committee. And
Maybe
see
we
what
need
they
to
could be.
work on it together and
Absolutely.
then bring these programs into fruition
Right.
with a plan. I think the best solutions always come from the people, and the people know more what they need and what the people in their situations need.
Mhm.
And we can come up with brilliant ideas and plans because just throwing more money and saying, we'll give you more help, we're going to do this for you,
Unfortunately,
we're
they're
going
not
to do
doing
that,
that.
what that does is it just makes people more and more and more helpless.
Yeah.
And, you know, when
Like
people
Sean only
think
gets
they
1100
can't
a
do
month.
anything, you tie a baby elephant with a chain to a log, and it thinks it can't move anywhere. Then you have a giant elephant, it grows up to be a giant elephant, you put a chain on it, it thinks it can't move
That's
anywhere.
correct.
Even though it could walk off and do whatever it wanted.
But it's been trained to
It's
do
time to unchain the people and give them back their freedom to think as much as they can, and as a group, form solutions. And
Now, who is the head party of your,
the leader of the party is Derek Sloan,
okay, and he's from?
and he's from Hastings,
Okay.
Northumberland riding, and he was a conservative that got thrown out of the federal Conservative Party for telling the truth.
I remember that. Yeah.
For telling the truth, and that's why he has formed this party that will not be whipped, or he's joined this party that will not be whipped, that will have a recall policy that makes us accountable to the people, to bring some truth, honesty, decency, and transparency back into government, and represent and be you're advocates in the government.
And where do you stand on protesting? Like peaceful protesting. I'm not saying irate people that set buildings on fires or tear down statues, or what would you do if somebody disagreed with you for some unknown reason and decided to come and protest?
We believe in freedom of speech, and we believe that people should come and be able to vent their issues, and they should be heard. When all they want to do is be heard and listened to, and then be able to form solutions and have a conversation. Just like we're having a conversation.
So you wouldn't run an
Bill 100 needs to be wiped out.
Absolutely.
That needs to be gone. Trudeau
100%.
with the truckers, if he'd
I
gone
was
out
in
and
that.
spoken to the people, none of this horrific stuff would have happened.
So you wouldn't go
If-
and hide or call
I
us
don't hide.
misogynist?
I do not hide.
Nice.
I was cheering for the doctors that were in Ottawa and were calling for these so-called experts from the government to come out and speak to them. If they knew what they were talking about, they had any backbone and they had any confidence in their information, they would have had nothing to hide. A true scientist engages in conversation
Correct.
and shares facts and doesn't mind being proven wrong, and will change their opinions when they're proven wrong, and will side with the other side. That is what a scientist does. They have an open mind. Everything is a discussion. We allow questions because questions are the only place that we ever get answers.
And these mandates they have out now, because I'm 100% against. Now, there has been proof, there's been damages through wearing masks, there's been proof with the vaccines, there's been proof with non-vaccines. So what I want to know is, with these mandates and the shutdown occurs, and say Alberta decides that they're going to lift, and it's up to the premiers whether they want to or they don't want to, or if they're going to be in Trudeau's hip pocket and we're going to be held captive again.
I'm completely against all mandates. I like the Sweden approach. I like using the emergency management organization, but even in that, there were no lockdowns, there were no mandates planned.
Well,
it was designed to protect the people that needed protecting. That's not what was used, that's not what happened. We used the World Health Organization
Yep.
lockdown plan like China,
Yep.
where you press down on the people.
Yep.
Instead, we should empower the people, give them the information, they can make their own decisions. A mask is a waste of time.
It is.
With a virus that's 1 to 3 microns and a hole in a mask that's 60 microns, we're trying to stop mosquitoes with chain link fence. There's no logic, zero logic behind using masks. The lockdowns have done far more harms than they've done good.
Yeah.
No mandates.
So, well, I guess my biggest concern is with these mandates, it's already been proven the shots don't work. They've got people with 5, 6 shots, and they're still getting COVID. You've got people that are unvaccinated with their own mechanism, and they're not getting COVID. Now, I'm not saying they will or they won't get COVID, either or way. My concern is you've had polio, you've had black measles, you've had red measles, you've had chickenpox, you've had numerous viruses. Nothing has shut down the country faster. This has occurred, I believe, because Trudeau has a mandate for this digital world, and that is his backup. Now, here's my concern. With these vaccines, because there's always going to be a virus. There's always going to be new
We always
variants
had
of
colds
something.
and flus, unless somebody created the flu before. Yes, we've always had them.
Yes.
And we have this God-given exquisite immune system. Maybe God, maybe not, but just say we were designed with an exquisite immune system that is amazing at being able to handle viruses, bacteria, anything in our environment and bounce back. And as long as we keep our bodies fit and healthy and provide good vitamins, good healthy food, we should be able to handle anything that the world throws at us.
I agree wholeheartedly. Well, I'd like to thank you for your time today. You've answered most of our questions for us. If I have any more, I will be back.
We're ready to
So,
answer our phone, we'll
thank you
answer our
very
emails,
much
and
for your
we'll
time.
look forward to meeting you again.
And yeah, you've answered everything, so you have my vote.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
And